Hello, this is Empyrean's Oracle. Today I'm going to be doing a reading regarding relationships, specifically family. So let's get it started. I'm just going to see what comes out. I don't have any questions prepared. I'm setting the intention that the reading is going to be about family, but if Spirit decides to take it in a different direction, that's where we're going to take it, okay? So let's start. Okay, we have the Tower. Okay, so this could be a difficult family relationship. Or, you know, sometimes the Tower operates in the opposite direction, where maybe this is about a family relationship that improves your life, but in such a drastic way that it sort of feels like you have to start over or reassess what your life is about. So say, for example, in the first way, this could be about a family relationship that maybe has even ruined your life. And in the second way, it can be about a family relationship that added to your life, but because it was so different from your other relationships, it sort of feels like you're at ground zero. It sort of feels like you have been leveled, okay? So take it how it resonates. Let's continue. Let's see where this is going. Okay, so we have the Star. That comes right after the Tower, okay? So this does feel hopeful, but like I said, it can go either way. It could be you discovering hope in your own way after someone in your family ruined your life, or it could be someone who is giving you hope from your family. A family member giving you hope. We have the King of Swords. This could be a grandparent, and they could have like raised you. Or it could be an older person who sort of stepped in and has become your family. We have Judgment. This person has changed your life. I feel like they changed your life. And they made you feel good about yourself, because maybe for a long time you sort of maybe didn't feel like you were worth anything, or maybe sort of felt like you were a troublemaker. Maybe you lied a lot as a kid. But I feel like this person has made you realize that that's not all that you are. I don't usually take cards from the bottom like this, but I feel like it just feels like it's part of the story. This person has made you understand that you're more than that, right? Like, you're not a liar. Like, you're not a cheat. You're not a manipulator. Like, maybe at a point in your life you were those things, and maybe there's a part of you that still is, but there are ways for you to love those parts of yourself to the point where you accept them and then walk away from them. Say, hey, I don't need you anymore. You served a purpose at a point in my life where I was trying to protect myself, but I no longer need you. That's sort of what this person has helped you realize about those parts of yourself. This is beautiful. So, so, so beautiful. This person took you in. If they're not like an actual family member, they feel like your family. Okay? And I do feel like they've raised you. If they didn't raise you, it feels like they did. This could even be a situation where this is someone who has always been in your life, but maybe they didn't become as close to you until fairly recently. Okay? But it feels like they know you like the back of their hand. Like, if they didn't raise you, I'd be surprised, because it feels like they raised you. It feels like they're like your parent. Okay? It's almost like they set you straight. This could even be like a teacher. Okay? But it feels like they're your parent. I saw this on the bottom of the deck earlier, but now it's finally coming out. Temperance. Yeah, like, I sort of see the Moon and Temperance as two sides of the same coin, because they're right on top of one another, or the Moon's on top of Temperance. And I've sort of seen it in a similar way, because the Moon feels more shrouded. It feels like a shrouded sort of balance, where Temperance is more of an open balance. This person balanced you, like, in a way that you never thought you could be. This feels like a situation where you thought that you could be like dead at like 18, and then now you're at a point in your life where I'm like, I can't believe I was ever at a point in my life where I thought that I would like be in dead or jail at 18. Like, it feels like that. Like, this person, they were the catalyst to you doing a 180 in your life. Let's see what else we got. Okay, these are the last two tarot I'm taking. We have the Four of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you could have also lived with this person at one point, but it feels like they were your safe place, your safe haven. And this person, they prepared you for life. This isn't one of those situations where someone takes you under your wing and basically makes your life easy in all respects. Like, they could have made your life easy in the emotional sense where they allowed you to learn to be in touch with your emotions, but they didn't tell you like, "Hey kid, I'm going to pay for everything. I'm going to make sure you never have to want for anything." Like, no, they prepared you for life. They prepared you for having to they prepared you for this, okay? And that's a true teacher. Like, they're not doing your work for you, they're preparing you to do the work yourself. That's what this feels like. This is amazing. I'm so pleased with how this turned out. This is beautiful. Okay, let's get some energy oracle out. We have Angel of Balance. I just was talking about balance earlier. This person created such balance in your life, dude. This is so beautiful. This is a beautiful freaking reading. Rest and rejuvenation, that goes along with Four of Swords. I do feel like they gave you, like, to them, like I said, they're your safe haven, but I also feel like they almost like allow you to rest, like whether that's physically, like they let you stay at their house, or just being around them. It's like you feel rejuvenated, man. This person is beautiful. You're beautiful. This is amazing. Like, what else is better than being balanced and being rejuvenated? Like, seriously. There could be people jealous of this. Like, maybe if this is not like a biological parent, I don't think it is, but if this isn't a biological parent, you could have a biological parent that's envious of their relationship with you, or it could just be other people who are envious of this. Okay? And I feel like that place in the background looks like a school. So you could even have like people you went to school with. How do I make this? I don't know how to do this. How do I make this like that? And this feels like it's like a school, or it looks like a school to me. So you could have maybe people from school who are envious of you in this relationship. Maybe people like if this is actually a situation where you were maybe involved in like criminal activity at one point, there could be people who are maybe still involved in that who are a bit jealous. Okay? Then we have the Temple Path. Yeah. You're on the right track now. You're definitely on the right track now. I want to continue on with this story. Well, not story because it's your life, but to me, the way that it's coming out to me, it feels like it looks like a freaking fairy tale. It's beautiful. But let's continue on with that. I want to look more into your life. Like, I kind of want to do a past, present, future with this, just so I can see what's going on in your life right now. Okay? And also, like, how this is progressing, what other work you need to do. Let's look at their past, Spirit. Tell me about their past. Tell me about their past. We have Death, present, Queen of Cups, future, Five of Pentacles. So remember how I said earlier that in the past you thought you would either be like dead in jail at 15 or 18 or whatever? I feel like this is what this is representing. You were on a really dangerous path. And I don't even usually read death like that because death just has to do with transformation. But you were on a dangerous path. This could also speak to the transformation that occurred upon you meeting this person who feels like family or is family to you. Okay? And then we have the Queen of Cups. So right now, you're getting more in touch with your emotions. I don't know why I'm out of breath. I'm sorry. You're getting in touch with your emotions more. And you're also like diving into what your emotions mean. Because there was a point where you didn't even consider looking into your emotions or trying to get to the root of them. But now it feels like that's all you do. It feels like you're always trying to uncover what's going on with yourself, what's going on with your inner world. Okay, you're in tune. That's for sure. And then we have future with Five of Pentacles. So I kind of want to see what's occurring between Queen of Cups to Five of Pentacles that caused the Five of Pentacles to come up. Because it's not the most pleasant card, but on this channel and the way I read tarot, we can work with any situation, okay? There's always a way to consider what you can learn from quote-unquote negative situations or negative influences and energies. So please do not be afraid of this. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with tarot, this can mean like being in a very dire financial situation, um, like poverty, homelessness, things like that. But we're just going to uncover what that means in the greater picture of your life. I don't want you to be afraid. These cards are not meant to instill fear. They're meant to bring awareness, and there's potentially a way for you to avoid that entirely, right? Just keep that in mind. I don't want you guys to feel afraid whenever you see messages like this. One, okay, first of all, one, it might not even be for you, because not every message in a reading is for you. But two, if it is for you, there's a way for you to avoid it, or maybe there's a way for you to make it less dire than it could potentially become. Okay, so just pay attention to that. Please don't be afraid. All right, we can work with any situation. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles out here, so I just was shuffling just to shuffle. Sometimes I do that while I talk. King of Pentacles is the antithesis of Five of Pentacles. This is someone who has a lot of money, okay? They're very abundant. So remember how I told you not to be afraid, and we have the King of Pentacles that comes out? Yeah, like when it comes to life, we can handle anything, okay? So just pay attention. Just be mindful of that. I'm going to see where the King of Pentacles fits in later. I'm just going to leave it off to the side because I don't know where it fits, because I wasn't even asking a particular question when it came out, but that's just like a little nod from Spirit, like, hey, you can turn any situation around, and no matter how this comes about, there are things that can be done to mitigate it or to avoid it entirely, or to ride the wave of it and not let it tear you down, okay? So just be mindful of that. Okay, so let's see how we got from Death to Queen of Cups. What is sort of like the bridge connecting Death to the Queen of Cups? Four of Swords, so rest. So you took some time off. So either you took some time off from doing some criminal activity, or maybe this is just you maybe taking time off from being around a particular person or being around a particular environment. Maybe you started just staying home more. This can even be connected to like COVID. Like maybe during COVID you experienced like a change in your life that, like maybe the isolation influenced the transformation, which led to where you are now, where you are more quick to evaluate your emotions and dive deeper into them. Okay, so then the bridge connecting the Queen of Cups to the Five of Pentacles, we have the Five of Swords and the Six of Cups. So this makes sense. I feel like whether the Five of Pentacles represents like dire financial straits, or you just being in between a rock and a hard place, it feels like it's almost residue from your past life. Not past life in terms of like reincarnation, but the life you used to live, your history, I should say. Because remember, I have a feeling you were maybe involved in criminal activity, or maybe you lied to get ahead. Maybe you manipulated people. A lot of the times when we go through transformations where we go from a liar to being truthful, or we go from this to that, there still tends to be some residue left over that we have to work through, and maybe we continue working through it for the rest of our life, but at least we're working through it, right? And so I feel like that's what this Five of Swords, Six of Cups represents, is that you are still working through who you were in your past. Okay, so whatever it is, you know yourself better than I do. This is a general reading, okay? But it feels like maybe there's going to be a situation that comes up where you are going to maybe try to give yourself an edge among competition, or maybe you're just going to try to undermine someone else from getting ahead for whatever reason. I don't understand the situation specifically, but it feels like you're going to go back to your own ways, maybe even for a split second. But that split second, it seems like that's what's leading you to the Five of Pentacles here. Okay. And I'm sort of seeing like the anchor symbol here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it feels like it kind of looks like an anchor. If you're someone who is like interested in like spirituality, that can get you through while you're, dealing with this. But if you're not, find something to anchor you, whether that is journaling, whether that is singing. You're going to need an anchor during this time, something that keeps you from falling apart, okay? Okay. Now let's see, what's tying this rest with the Four of Swords to Five of Swords, Six of Cups? What is the bridge between those cards? A Seven of Swords. So yeah, it's almost like this Four of Swords, this rest, feels like a false start. I don't think that's the right phrase that fits the energy of the situation. But that's what it feels like. Because remember how I said there's like always residue when we're transforming ourselves? I do not think that this queen of cups might not be all the way genuine. Okay, and I'm not saying that to come for you. There are some times when we're transforming into someone else where it sort of feels like we are wearing someone else's clothes. It might not fit right, but that doesn't mean that we are not um dedicated to the journey. Okay, it just means that it's something new to us. So it feels like your residue of your past of, lying, manipulating, it seems like that energy did not go away enough for it to be considered residue. But I'm still going to call it residue, okay? Because it's like this energy is still tying everything together. So I think that something that you are going to be working on throughout your life is just being a more honest and authentic person. Um, because whatever this lying is, I don't know if it's something that protected you in the past, but it does not need to protect you anymore. You don't need it anymore. Okay? And me saying that is not undermining the fact that you once needed it. I'm saying that now you are a different person. Well, I'm not going to say that. You're the same person, but you're in a different part of your life. And this, lying, cheating, stealing, it's not protecting you anymore. Right now, it's leading you to worse situations. Okay? So we're going to find a way to work through this. If this is a situation where you're like a kleptomaniac or like stealing things, if you have resources to get help, I would definitely recommend that. If not, I would really just consider journaling or singing or any outlet, any healthy outlet that allows you to express the emotions that you've been suppressing for a long time. It can be very beneficial to you, okay? How does this tie back to family? How does this tie back to family? How does this tie back to family? I think the moon came out earlier, didn't it? I think it did. The moon, the Six of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. I think the Six of Wands also came out earlier too. Let me check. I think it did. Or maybe I just saw it on the bottom of the deck. That could also be a possibility. Yeah, I think I just saw it on the bottom of the deck, but it was present earlier. So this definitely is still connected to the family part of the reading. It didn't completely go off track. Okay, so I'm having trouble deciphering this part. It really does feel like hieroglyphics, these three cards. So with the moon, that connects to Five of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, because it has a lot to do with mystery. It kind of makes you question, why is this person acting like this? Why are they doing this? It's almost like another force is causing a person to act a certain way. Then we have the Six of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. This feels like a situation where someone from your family was helping you. Because I just talked about like unseen forces. So maybe it could be the person who we were just discussing earlier, who has really played a part in you becoming who you are now. It sort of has helped you walk away from that life. Remember I told you that they're going to help you, but they're not going to do the work for you. This feels like what these three cards are representing. This person has sort of helped you get to a better place. Maybe they helped you get a job interview, but they can't help you get the job, right? You have to shine in the interview on your own. So that's sort of how this all fits, because there's a lot to have to do with unseen forces here that are lifting you up. Maybe this is saying that you need to lean on this person. Have you not spoken to this person in a while? Because what were the three cards that came out? I know it was King of Swords, and then I don't think I'm going to remember the other ones, but I wonder, did you lose contact with them? Maybe you just haven't seen them in a while, but I think you need to lean on them more. I kind of want to say your name. Like when I was just about to say, I think you need to lean on them more, it's almost like I wanted to say a name, but I don't know what name I would say. I almost said my own names. I don't know. Maybe there's someone I need to lean on too, but I think that's also a message for everyone watching this, that there's someone in your family or someone who maybe isn't biological family, but they feel like family, who you need to lean on in this moment. That's probably why all those cards came out earlier. It's like that person is such a beautiful person and they've made you into the beautiful person you are today. But maybe you're not leaning on them enough. Maybe you haven't told them that things are getting bad again, or that you're struggling again. It's so funny because before I even started this particular reading, I heard the word addiction when I was setting the intention that I was going to do a family reading. And this could very well have to do with addiction. But I wonder if this is a situation where things are getting bad again in regards to that, and maybe you're embarrassed. Maybe you don't want to tell them because that could undermine the growth that they've helped you achieve. But if you don't tell them anything, that's not being authentic. And in this stage of your life, you want to be a more authentic person. You spent a very long time not being authentic, okay? So even though it's going to be extremely difficult to tell them that you're struggling again, or to tell them that you've hit a rough patch, whatever you have to do to be your most authentic self and to be honest with people is going to move you forward, okay? I almost wanted to say your name again, even though I don't know you. So it's almost like I feel like someone's speaking through me. I don't know if this person has passed away and maybe that's why you haven't seen them. Maybe you feel like you've disappointed them. I'm telling you right now, you have not disappointed them. You're not a disappointment, okay? Like, I really feel like they're speaking through me. So maybe it's their spirit guide speaking through me, trying to let you know that they're not going to be disappointed in you and that they fucking love you. I don't like to curse in the readings, but I'm not curse a lot outside the readings, but I don't like to curse in the readings, but I feel like I needed to use that word to let you know how much they love you. So whether they're alive or not, they love you. They're not going to be disappointed in you, okay? No matter what. I feel like your authenticity is what is going to push you forward, okay? You have to let it all out in the light. You have to make it known. That's why the moon and the Six of Wands are together. Because the Six of Wands, I don't usually see it in terms of like the sun where it's like bringing things to light, but it does feel like exalt someone's being exalted. Okay? Someone's out in the open, someone's a public figure or something. But in terms of this just feels like you being honest, you letting the truth be known. That is what is going to make you be seen in the way you want to be seen. If you're someone who has wanted for so long to be seen as authentic, to be seen as stable, you being honest with yourself and others is the first step to being a stable person. Because if you don't let people know that you're struggling, they're going to think that you do not see a problem with your behavior, even though you do. Whereas if you tell someone, hey, I'm struggling, you are telling them, I know something isn't right. And that's being authentic. Okay? That's you being in touch with yourself. You struggling is not a moral failure. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. You need to tell people that you need help. You need to. Okay? You're not a bad person at all. And I feel horrible that I even have to say that to you because you're not. Like, Spirit's like, you're not. You're just not, okay? But if you want to move forward, you have to start with doing the hard things. And in this case, that's bringing the truth to light. That's uplifting the truth, okay? Let us get... I kind of want to get these romantic cards out, but this isn't even a romance reading, but maybe there'll be like another card right here. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. In the context of this reading, I think that the what this person says may surprise you. So if you're scared of telling someone that you need help, you may be surprised by their response to you saying that. You may think to yourself, oh my God, they're going to think I'm a failure. They may have a response that you did not expect, okay? Let's get some more advice. Spirit, let's get some advice. Maybe I'll end it with this. Let me get some energy cards. Okay, we have man holding a cart. So I do feel like this is a father figure, either alive or in spirit, goddess of the moon. I wonder if they are in spirit. I wonder if they are. But no matter what, if they're alive or in spirit, they love you. And you got to be open, okay? If they are in spirit, you asking for help from them would be like consulting with an addiction counselor or a counselor, period, okay? If they're not in spirit, that is the new version of you getting help from them, okay? They're not like, speaking to them isn't the only way you can help yourself, but you have to take the resources that also exist in this world. That is another way that they are helping you, okay? Get one more advice card. There is a lot about like the moon here, okay? We have the moon card, and I'm pretty sure that came out in the last, yes, it did came out in the last spread. We have goddess of the moon. And remember, moon can talk about like things that are shrouded, can talk about nuance. I think that you are someone who is supposed to exist on both planes, so to speak. Remember what we talked about in the last spread, that someone helped you achieve greater balance in your life? I do feel like you're someone who exists in multiple planes, not in like a woo-woo way, but I just don't think you're supposed to be the type of person you wish you would be. Like, say, for example, if you expect yourself to be like, oh, clean girl aesthetic, or and only that, or someone who's goth and only that, I feel like you're someone who is supposed to be a mix of many different things. um you're not just supposed to be one thing. So I'm kind of wondering if that is what is causing you to revert back to your old ways of not telling the truth, is feeling like you're supposed to be just one thing and you're not. Okay? You're sort of supposed to be the type of person who throws people for a loop. All right? Surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. That sort of is connecting the Five of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. I kind of still want to figure out how that factors in. How does the King of Pentacles factor in? Let me look at that. How does the King of Pentacles factor into the reading? Or was that just a little nod telling them that they can get past the Five of Pentacles when it happens? What is that action? This is saying that you can make change in your situation. Okay? When this happens, it doesn't have to be forever, but it's up to you to make the necessary changes so this doesn't happen forever, and so you don't stay in this place forever, okay? It's all about action. And you have Magician in the mirror. Remember how I said you're not supposed to be just one thing? And there's like blue in his hands, like water, and then fire. Yeah, your life is supposed to be all about balance, babe. You're not supposed to be just one thing at all. So do not get stuck on trying to be one thing, because if you do, that can actually make your life a hell of a lot harder. You don't have to be one thing. Whoever says you have to be one thing, they don't know you. All right? I love you so much. I'm wishing you the best of luck. Congratulations on everything. Even if you don't think you deserve a congratulations, you do. I love you. This is Empyrean's Oracle, signing out.